related to NPRs, the overwhelming majority of National Police Reservists continue to do a great job in securing the communities where they have been deployed. However, during the past 1 year, we have identified two gaps. One is on supervision of NPRs, and therefore we are making arrangements to strengthen the supervision and oversight of National Police Reservists so that the local officer commanding station and other commanders of the National Police Service can account for every firearm and every bullet, every ammunition that is in the hands of NPRs to avoid a situation of misuse. So the issue of oversight over the guns that we issue the NPRs is something that we will tackle very stringently going forward. Secondly and lastly, Honorable Speaker, we have had isolated cases of misuse of firearms. There are few, but the damage is devastating. We've had like 2-3 cases, and we have made it clear that when NPRs misuse firearms, we shall disarm them immediately and prosecute them. We have already taken measures on 2 cases, actually 3 cases, 1 in Samburu and 2 in Elgeyo Marakwet County, where unfortunately it was discovered that a raid which had taken place on livestock, there was evidence that a gun assigned to a police reservist had discharged the bullet that had killed the victims of this crime. But by and large, 99.99% of National Police Reservists are doing a great job every day. As the House will realize, the raids have decreased, and the House will also realize, even in the unlikely event of a raid, the rates of recovery have increased, including this weekend, when some livestock has been recovered from Isiolo, which was stolen from, I think, some places in Igembe on Friday. By Sunday, the entire herd of 81 livestock was recovered and returned to the owners. So to answer the question in a nutshell is to say we will increase supervision of NPRs and accountability of the firearms and the ammunition they have. And number 2, we shall hold accountable and punish NPRs who misuse the firearms they are given because they will be spoiling the reputation of a very good asset for our national security. I submit that it is true that there was or has been a delay in the recruitment of National Police Reservists in Marsabit County. The reasons for that delay, first, at the time when the request was made by the leaders of Marsabit, we had exhausted the budget for last year, and we were not able to accommodate that request in last financial year's budget. Number 2, at the time when the request was made, many residents of Marsabit County had migrated because of the devastation of the drought that had affected this area, among other arid and semi-arid areas of our country, and therefore it was not practical to carry out the exercise. I am happy to report that the budget issue has been resolved, and therefore this financial year we can accommodate that request, perhaps in a modest way, because again, we will give priority to the most needed parts of that county. And number 2, now that normalcy has returned and the residents are back in the county, that is the second reason why that process should be able to commence. I therefore plead with the Senator for Marsabit and the House to give us 30 days to report progress on this matter. Honorable Speaker, in terms of the rest of the counties, the deployment of National Police Reservists is as follows. In Samburu County, the government has recruited 460 National Police Reservists. They have already been trained and deployed since November 2022 to date. There has been an additional recruitment of 150 NPRs who were recruited, but they have not been trained, they have not been deployed from the same county. And partly we have realized that the recruitment of NPRs has a bearing on the security of these regions, and that explains partly why Samburu County in most parts have experienced some kind of stability, among other reasons. Mr. Speaker, sir, in Elgeyo Marakwet County, the government has recruited a total of 153 National Police Reservists, and they will be trained. Again, we could not do the training because of budgetary constraints, but we'll be training them this financial year and deploying them. Baringo County, the government has recruited 200 National Police Reservists. They have been deployed accordingly. In West Pokot County, the government has recruited 205 National Police Reservists, but they are not yet, the process is not complete. The training has not been done and the deployment has not been done. Again, this financial year, we have been able to secure resources to complete that process. In Turkana County, the government has recruited 140 National Police Reservists, and they have been trained and deployed. And there has been a further request of 400, which was put on hold in terms of training and deployment because of budgetary constraints. Finally, Mr. Speaker, sir, in Laikipia County, the government has recruited 419 National Police Reservists. They have been recruited, trained, kitted, and deployed. And again, the significant security situation in Laikipia could be attributed significantly to the presence of NPRs. And therefore, for the outstanding counties, we'll expedite. And for the information of the House, we have also deployed NPRs in other parts, not the parts where the operation is ongoing, including Lamu. And we are reviewing again the numbers for Lamu and Northeastern this financial year. I submit.